Alright, this is a video to show we just came back from a 2-week vacation. That's the pepper plant. Looking kind of sad. There's the tiger melon. Looks kind of ripe. The tomatoes are doing well. These are the tomato tomatoes. Got some red ones here. Pepper plant has a bunch of flowers forming. Looks okay. This is getting some blight though. Not too good. Let's go on in. Some things died, but it's okay. To my surprise, the chocolate striped tomato did really well, except this one went rotten because we didn't get to pick it. But there's a bunch here and a bunch here. The eggplant is a little overripe, but that's okay. The zinnias are doing well. The basil's looking sad. There's a big okra. 2 big okras. Actually 3. That one's probably too big to eat. Gets kind of tough. Oh, but there's a flower here for the eggplant. Onions are doing okay. The little tomatoes are doing fine, but looking a little sad and thirsty, so I'll water them. The watering bucket did okay, I guess. This is getting some powdery mildew, unfortunately. This is my zucchini plant. But there's a big zucchini here. This is doing really well, actually way better than before, with a bunch of flowers. This is a shishito pepper. These little peppers are doing okay. There's a cayenne, but it's overripe. Little tomatoes doing fine. Eggplants looking okay. Peppers are okay. Got the self-watering bucket with a Korean melon. That's doing fine. That's ripening up. My purple bumblebee tomatoes in my hydroponics is ripening, but they kind of hung over. Oh, needs some water though. It was really dry and did not rain for 2 weeks. Marigolds are doing surprisingly well. Got a Kajiri melon here. And cucumbers are starting to get more flowers and probably empty because it's probably thirsty. Oh no, surprisingly not. That one's run out of water. Gotta fill that up. And there's my Moon and Stars watermelon. And I don't know if it's got anything because I didn't get a chance to pollinate anything. But that's pretty much all the methods I showed in the last video and how the plants fared after 2 weeks with nobody to water them. These are the Danvers carrots that I pulled out. It took a while to pull them out. They were kind of hard to get out of the ground. Our ground soil is quite clay-like, so they did come out small. But Danvers carrots aren't very long anyway. Very beautiful stems. I only got 3. The rest were eaten by slugs when they were seedlings. But not bad, and they really smell delicious. I can smell a very strong carrot flavor smell. Very, very nice smell. So just to show you, this is my tiger melon. It didn't grow very big because we had landscapers that are hired by our townhouse. They weed whacked my watermelon and my cracky cucumber, which died, and for some reason, I don't know what they did. They didn't weed whack the tiger melon plant, which was next to it, but they must have, I don't know what they did, spray something, but it died the day after. So the vine started shriveling, and I had 2 melons on there. One's bigger than this, but it wasn't ripe. This ripened up. As you can see, it has this really nice tiger striping, which is why it's called a tiger melon. It's supposed to be softball size, but this is a little bit smaller. We'll cut it open, and it's probably mostly going to be seed since it didn't get to get bigger. But it does have a very nice floral scent that people described. This is my first time growing it and tasting it. I know it's supposed to be a little bit blander than most melons, and the smell, the perfume of it though, from the outside is really wonderful. So here it is. I would say it does have a fruity melon smell. Quite different from a cantaloupe or a familiar melon like a honeydew, but I'm not sure. Almost like those fruity perfume sprays you spray, but in a better way, a more natural way, of course, not artificial. Very pleasant smelling. Let's cut it open and see what it's about. So here it is, opened up. Probably could have used a few more days. It was kind of hard to cut through, but the smell, again, very delicious smelling. Now let's see what it tastes like. All right, I'm going to try 2 parts of it. When I cut it in half, one part was slightly softer than the other, and I think it's the side. It does have that bland taste that you hear about. It's got a nice crunch to it, but it does have that perfumey smell, that fruity smell on the back end of when you swallow it. You can smell it in the back of your throat. I think it has a great light melon taste. It's not as sugary as you would think other melons are, but it's kind of a good alternative if you're trying to cut back on sugar. Would I grow it again? I probably would, just one or so, not too many of them. It's got a good flavor to it. The size is kind of smaller than I expected though, but it's not definitely something on the top of my list, but I do think it's pretty, and the smell and the aftertaste of the melon and the crunch of it is really good. So that's a Tigger melon, everyone. I picked some of the chocolate striped tomatoes. This is what they look like. Really beautiful gold specks and green mixed with the red. This one kind of got some, I don't know what it is, dry blossom end rot, I'm not sure. But still beautiful colors. So this is my harvest after coming back from vacation. Don't think it's too bad considering. Honestly, I did have a couple of little seedlings that died, and one of my little eggplant seedlings died, and it was getting a little bigger, so that was disappointing. But all in all, everybody survived, and I came home to a great harvest. I'll see you next time. God bless.